It's news time, and we have, I guess, sad news. Michael's wrestling with this more than I am, but I mean, by the time like 2023 rolls around, I'll probably be sad. But The Flash is ended in season 9.
It's that announcement you knew was coming and you were ready for, but you didn't realize how unprepared you were until you hear it. Um, the Michael of Earth CWS would be like, "What is wrong with you right now? Why are you so emotional?" But the show has been with us for so long. It's hard to imagine a world without it. It did literally change the world as far as superhero content goes. Um, it feels like it's inevitable. A lot of people would argue Michael of Earth CWS would also argue that it should have probably ended 2 or 3 years ago. But that's just down to creative choices. It had to end sometime. And part of me wishes it had made season 10 because it got so close. And I'm not sure anything ever will again. But yeah, it's the end of an era. I think that's the best. It's so cliche to say, but I think that's the best way to put it. That the ending of The Flash is the end of an era, and not just because it ends The Flash, but because of the connotations that has for the potential end of the Arrowverse as well.
You know what I like about this announcement?
What?
It's 13 episodes, which makes me very happy that could happen for Riverdale too.
Fingers crossed.
I mean, that's the silver lining for me. I'm sorry, Michael. I know it's your favorite show, but
I mean, I guess 13 episodes sounds about right because there was rumored that Grant Gustin signed a contract that had him at a 15 episode cap. So giving them a nice uneven 13, which the CW has liked to do before previously, makes sense. And they start filming in September, so does Superman and Lois. So we will be getting behind the scenes footage. Perhaps that's when I'll start getting sad. I am still reeling from season 8 and all of its unholiness. But I think, Michael, you're right. It is the end of an era. I think, like, as far as the OG Arrowverse goes, seeing it go out like this is sad. You would have thought, had they not canceled Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow, that we would have had one last hurrah with everybody. The way that it's been done feels like we're hobbling over the finish line. And for a universe that did change the landscape of television for the superhero genre, I don't know, I want to say it's offensive. And I am just going to say that it's offensive. I think as a fan, like, feelings are a little hurt in that regard. But I mean, we have to move forward. There is no choice in the matter. It's happening.
Oh, without a doubt. But I think the thing that gets people the most is that if you look back at this time last year, Supergirl was still on, Legends of Tomorrow was still on, Batwoman was still on, and obviously The Flash was still on. And now, just in a year, even in less than a year, because Supergirl ended November, in less than a year, Supergirl's gone, Legends of Tomorrow and Batwoman were cancelled, and now The Flash is ending. And it just feels like, what happened to this universe? Did Thanos just snap it out of existence? Like, where did it go over this last 6 months, 7, 8 months? It's just, it feels like the end of an era, but the fact is, it doesn't feel like an end we can celebrate. It almost feels like it's dying a slow, painful death, and we have to sit and watch it just be removed from existence. And that doesn't feel right, considering all the shared universes that followed. We know what the MCU is on the big screen, but it feels like the Arrowverse was that on the small screen. And just in the last couple of years and months, it feels like it's gotten murky, and we can't really talk about it because Superman and Lois pulled an I don't know her and just completely removed itself from the equation. So it feels like it's definitely the end of an era, but I wish it was one we could celebrate more. It just kind of feels like it's, as you said, crawling towards the finish line at this point.
And adding salt to the wound of this network, they also lost the Vampire Diaries universe. So it's like this network that we've known for a decade now. It's like Arrowverse is gone, all the vampires left the building. We're just like starting over. We got the Walkerverse, and maybe that's all we need.
The Walkerverse, they canceled the Nancyverse. And we have the All-American.
We do have the All-American verse, yeah.
Yes, but there's all this is disparate. There's nothing that sort of like looks like the old
No.
CW, because the All American universe is new, so it's not like we've been living with her for years. I know it's sad. This new era is just, they're like out with the old and with the new, with no respect to what came before. And it's disheartening. And then when you think about The Flash season 9, and Eric Wallace has 13 episodes to give us a tight story. If he decides to give us a tight story, I don't know how they're going to divvy these up into graphic novels, since that's the way he likes to do his storytelling. But he did say that when asked if Barry and Iris would conceive one or both of their children before the end of The Flash, he's like, I hope so. And I was like, sir, how are you hoping? It's your show. How are we hoping you can just decide?
It's not like he doesn't have creative control, right? I feel like this announcement means that has to happen. I was excited about the possibilities of what season 9 could hold for Barry and Iris, and now it's kind of annoying that it has to go the predictable route here. There's nothing more we can do here. If in order to wrap the Flash up, this has to happen. Of course, it could just be a moment in the season finale, knowing them, like a little tease here and there. I would not put that past them, I'm telling you. But I feel like in order to wrap it up, it has to go there. And maybe that's taken some of the excitement as, what could season 9 be about, away from it. But it has to happen. There's no other place it can go. If any leftover Arrowverse stories, particularly Flash stories, have to be dealt with, it's in the season. And dare I say 13 episodes might not be enough, but that out of the way, I'm looking forward to hopefully one, I don't want multiple graphic novels, one concise 13 episode story to close the show out as it deserves.
Yes, please. I mean, I'm like, please just focus. Give 13 episodes. Let's just stay on the track, because they have so much to do anyway. I mean, we're not going to get into it because it end up being an entirely other podcast. But there's so much to do that I really do hope that they get into the writer's room, they break the story, and they're like, this is what's going to get done. That other stuff will seed in, that you don't have to have like a 5-episode arc for, and then they go off with a mighty finale that doesn't look like Power Rangers, and we say goodbye to the Flash.
They just need a little focus. And I hope the announcement is what they've got. They have a great opportunity here now to wrap the story up. And some other Arrowverse shows did not get that opportunity. They may have had a little bit of warning, but they didn't have the whole season to tie it up. The Flash has a whole season to tie up all of its stories. And I hope I don't want to know what Cecile can do with her goofy floating coffee cups. Just give us a start to finish. And
I got that reference.
We'll make a Flash fan out of you yet.
Good luck.
I do have one wish though for the Flash season 9 that has nothing to do with any of the storylines we really want, and that is, I do not want Mia Smoke to come, only because she's going to be there for like your story. If we only have 13 episodes, we give her a movie. I don't know what Kat is up to, but let her finish somewhere else, because the Flash doesn't have the range to do it right now. They have 13 episodes.
I know, I've seen someone had a brilliant idea, and it's unfortunate they don't have enough episodes. Someone online suggested that they do another 5-episode event, and each one of those episodes is with a particular Arrowverse character or group of characters from a story that never got wrapped up. So do one episode with the Legends, do one episode with Green Arrow and the Canaries, do one episode with Black Lightning or Painkiller or the Wonder Girls, one that never went ahead, to try and wrap up all the loose ends left over, because this is their last chance to do it. And it's a great idea in theory, but we don't have 22 episodes to play with here. The Flash needs to tie up its story, and it only has 13 episodes to do it. And we know how they can mess up a long season, and we don't want them to mess up a short season. So it needs to be Flash focused, as much as I would love to see some of the other stuff wrapped up.